Is it true that our dads are the last men on the planet? Or are we jaded? That's what I want. That's what I'm here to ask.
Love this topic.
I think we're all pussies compared to our fathers.
100%.
We were having a conversation in the other day, car ride. We were all talking, and we were talking about how our dads, built houses from the foundation up. My dad, renovator, mortgage guy, painter, clean gutters. Man's man. Your pops what? Could do a house all by
house
himself.
pour the foundation, use the auger to dig the post holes for the back deck, put the deck in, put the roof on, studs, walling, insulation. Don't get the insulation on you, kid. It'll itch you for fucking weeks.
Oh, dude.
Like, bro, cock. Jesus.
Bro, my dad told me, if you can't fix a pair of brakes by the time you're 30 on a car, you're a pussy. Yeah. I'm 36. I ain't never fixed no fucking brakes.
Yeah. I actually know that the day my dad literally was like, oh, this kid, he's fucked. He's done. He was hanging up a wall. I'm hanging up a wall. He's hanging up a TV. He was hanging up a wall. Right? It was a beautiful wall.
This looks about right.
So he's in a rush, and I kept pressing him because the poor guy he had to leave for the airport. And I was like, please just fucking hang up the wall. I can't even hang up a picture. I was like, there's no way I'm going to hang up a fucking TV, bro, let alone a wall. Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Why are you talking about the wall?
It's called the callback.
You just continue.
You can't call back something that just happened a sentence earlier.
Well, it's in the past. It's a callback.
It has callback. It's like a present back. A call present.
It's a backpack. It's like still with you.
What the fuck?
So he's putting up the TV, and how they built my house is they're not supposed to put water pipes next to the entertainment section, but they did. My dad burst a pipe, and he's dude, when I mean this pipe, it was the fire one, and this thing came out like the whole house is already this much water. It was coming out so fucking fast. I thought we had to move out. I was like, oh, this is fucked. My house is done. He's like, George, I'm holding the water. Go turn off the water. I sprint down. My stupid ass oh God, I gotta do this for my father, right? Flick open, I'm hitting all the switches. My dad goes, what are you doing? Come on, I'm fucking hitting. I hit the water one, I hit the
you're on the breaker board.
I'm at the breaker board. My dad comes down. You fucking idiot! Why are you buying electricity? Go to the fucking water! And so he goes and he turns off the water, and this wet Middle Eastern man is sitting there in melted cologne smell. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He goes, what the fuck are you doing? Buy the electricity. He goes, go to the water. He goes, what the fuck are you doing? And I go, Dad, I've never done this. I've never turned off water in a house before. He goes, electricity. Water. You're a fucking idiot. And he got on the plane and left me with a fucking hole with all this water. He was so mad.
And he never
He's like,
came
how
back.
did I raise a son that doesn't know electricity and water are separate things? And he left.
It's really funny because I've had many moments like this where my dad was like, where the fuck did I go wrong with you? How are you? I asked you for a fucking Phillips head screwdriver and you brought me a wrench. Are you a fucking moron? Like the amount of times I was in that exact situation. But another thing that I realized through that story was dads who thought or were able to do pretty much everything also were susceptible to mistakes in their process of doing too much. And my dad, although he could do everything, he also was very sure he could be an electrician. And one day we were all eating dinner and my dad was on the back patio. I'll never forget this. He was working on the little outlets, the outdoor outlets. I think he was putting a new outdoor outlet in. Yeah. And I think he had like a slight second of forgetfulness that you can't put a metal screwdriver into a fucking electric socket. And there was a sonic boom, dude. We are at dinner, dog, and there is a Hiroshima happened in the backyard. There was a sonic fucking boom. It was like an atomic warhead dropped on the back deck, and my father shot back about 15 feet.
Was he okay?
You know how dads, okay, so like,
dad's like, you know how dads char when they get shot by electricity? He kind of looked like that.
You know how when you order your dad medium rare and it goes back black and blue? No, but like, you know how dad's like, there's two things they don't want to admit ever. One is that they've fucked up on a home improvement project.
Oh, no.
Like they just don't take that fucker to the grave,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
And number two, and this is the biggest, is that something that they've done to themselves has actually hurt them. They went, bro, Dad, your arm is hanging off your body, dude. He's like, hey, eat your fucking supper. Eat your fucking supper. Let me get a fucking Band-Aid. Eat your supper. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if this is so like really just specifically relatable to a very certain subset of dad. So this is what I'm talking about, because you know our pops ruled with an iron fist, and I also have to beg the question: are we in a bubble? There's still dads out there like this.
100%.
1,000%. Like we're
Yeah.
bubbled. My dad's even still doing this stuff. But you know, we aren't like that. Our kids in our generation like that. And if so, I want to meet you. I want to meet you. These people build from the ground up. They're the foundation. They're our fathers.
Yeah.
They made us, their fathers made them. And as I mean, fathers and mothers, it is what it is. But
I wonder if their fathers were like, instead of building like a brake, they're like, if you can't build a car at the age of 30, you're an idiot.
No,
Maybe it just kind of goes.
No, I'm sure if your dad was anything like my dad, you know exactly how your fucking grandfather ruled. You definitely, bro. Are you
mine passed away at a baby.
Dude, listen to this.
When I was a baby.
None of us here are strangers to getting our fucking asses beaten by both of our parents, probably. Now, our mothers probably, I'll assume for you guys as well, had a weapon of choice.
That's why the moms use weapons.
Mine was a massive wooden spoon.
Same.
She said, I will get the fucking wooden spoon. And if we didn't listen to that, the worst thing you could ever hear is, or I will get your father.
Mine was mental warfare.
Oh, she would just call you like a
She
piece of shit, you
destroyed me.
hairy Chewbacca
She would
arm
make
little
me guess
fuck.
what the fuck's happening.
Hey,
Have
what do you
ever
think's
had
happening,
to-
George? She's like doing weird shit. What happens is it's like a trickle off effect. Let me explain it. Every generation gets a little bit more pussy than the one before it.
wow.
Okay.
That's so true.
Well
So like, dude,
They used to stone people in my country.
no, literally. So listen, my dad's
Just
dad.
getting stoned, huh? Weed.
I know you guys love that one.
It's a weed joke.
Yeah.
We joke.
My dad's dad was from Hungary.
Is that why you're always hungry?
Let him talk for just.
I'm sorry.
You know, but on that note, I think
you.
Hungary is right next to Turkey. So
Nice. I
just
enjoy
forget
that.
it.
I
Listen to
love
me.
those jokes. I love those jokes.
Okay, we're getting off track. Listen. My dad's dad was from Hungary and his name was Zoltan. My father's dad's name was fucking Zoltan.
Damn.
Would you imagine ever talking back to this motherfucker? Ever? His name was Zoltan. He's a fucking Greek god or some shit.
I mean,
My dad would always tell me after he was done, you know, my dad was big on the backhand.
oh, cool.
Dinner table, whenever.
Fire.
Especially my father's least favorite thing that could ever happen, and I'll get back to Zoltan in a second, was that when he comes in the door from work, he trips over your fucking shoes at the door.
Oh, my dad had a few of these little things.
Dude, this was the thing.
Yeah.
If he walked in and your shoes were in front of that fucking door, because think about it. My dad used to drive 2 hours from Connecticut to Rhode Island to his marketing fucking job in traffic, both fucking ways, to come home and eat dinner with his ungrateful shit kids. And the first thing that welcomed him to the door, right after hearing my mother's shrieking voice screaming out, Michael, was him tripping over a pair of size 70 Nikes. Because I was already had huge paddle feet, deformed mashed potato toes at that age. And he would walk in and stumble and trip and drop his briefcase with his stupid paperwork everywhere. Like, put yourself in his mindset. Like, are you not going to immediately start cocking that fist back to just lay down the law on these kids, these shit kids?
Now everyone's working from home, so you ain't got no shoes to come back to
Correct.
the trip over.
Correct. Shoes are done now. Zoltan. My dad, backhands, maybe a few fists here and there, whatever, right? His dad, because he would say to me, you're lucky that's all you got. My dad had a thing called a cat of nine tails.
What?
Yes, there was a name for it. It was a belt that had 9 little belts on the end of it. It was a whip. So I guess people need to figure this out. Are we going to break this cycle? Or clearly, I think child abuse is over. It seems like, at least legally.
Nah, they're not. No, it's not.
Well, but it is legally, and
You can beat your kids still.
No.
Nah, I don't
No?
think that. Yeah, I think.
Wait, could you like smack them?
I don't believe.
I don't know what
Really?
the
Yeah, because they go to school and say like, like
my dad,
dad, he smacked my bottom. Like it was already starting to happen with us.
What do you think the future is gonna hold?
I have no idea. I just think about it often about this generation that's being raised so vastly different than every single other generation in history.
And I joke a lot about my parents beating us. Obviously, we all are. No. We got our ass kicked, but it's not like to the point where we're like, hey, happy Easter, Dad. And then he just beats the fuck out of me. It's not like that. I think my parents did a fantastic job raising me because they knew where to draw the line with respect. And I think if you don't have that line, if your kids could treat because my parents are my best friends, but there is that line of respect that I'll never cross with them.
Of course.
And I think that is like, it was built off of that fear. I think fear is not a bad thing all the time. If you're doing it, there's a fear of letting your loved ones slip away.